The dust hasn't even settled from the last heartbreak, and already a storm is rising in the Heartland. The horses sense it. The family feels it. And this time, the pain might cut deeper than ever before. In the brand new trailer for Heartland Season 19, Episode 3, we catch glimpses of love tested, bonds broken, and choices that could change everything for Amy and those she loves. There's tension in the air, the kind that doesn't fade when the credits roll. So let's dive into what the new trailer reveals, what it's hiding, and what fans can expect when Heartland returns to the screen with another emotional chapter. Episode 2 left fans in complete silence. Not because it lacked drama, but because it hit harder than anyone expected. The episode opened on a quiet morning at Heartland Ranch, where Amy was seen brushing Spartan, her late husband Ty's beloved horse. The moment felt peaceful, but beneath the calm there was a storm of emotions. Amy's expression said it all. She's moving forward, but her heart still lives in the past as the story unfolded. We saw Lou trying to balance her responsibilities as mayor and mother, yet the distance between her and Mitch seemed to grow wider with every passing scene. Their short exchange in the barn hinted at unresolved feelings, a love that refuses to disappear, but also refuses to bloom. Jack, always the steady heart of the family, seemed unusually troubled this time. His words about family, not always agreeing, but always standing together, carried more weight than usual. It was as if he knew something no one else did. Then came the turning point, a mysterious letter that arrived at the ranch. Amy opened it alone, and the camera lingered on her face just long enough for us to see fear, confusion, and maybe even hope. Fans instantly started speculating online. Was the letter connected to Ty's past? Or was it something about the ranch itself? Meanwhile, Georgie made a surprise appearance after being away, but her return wasn't just for a visit. She seemed distant, burdened by something she couldn't say. The family reunion, though warm, had an unspoken tension. Even the lighthearted moments with Lindy couldn't hide it by the end of the episode. A powerful silence filled the final scene. Amy stood outside as the sun set, clutching that same letter. Her voiceover whispered, "Sometimes the truth finds you." Even when you stop searching, the camera pulled back slowly, showing the vast fields of Heartland fading into twilight, a hauntingly beautiful image that left fans with goosebumps. The episode ended on that cliffhanger, no answers, just questions. What was in that letter? Why did Jack look so uneasy? And what is Amy preparing herself for? Episode 2 reminded viewers why Heartland has lasted nearly 2 decades. It's not just about horses or family. It's about healing, loss, and the strength to keep going, even when the world feels uncertain. Now, as Episode 3 approaches, the stakes feel higher than ever. The trailer gives us glimpses of what's next, and it seems Amy's journey is about to take another emotional turn. The trailer for Heartland Season 19, Episode 3 doesn't open with words. It opens with silence, that kind of silence that makes your chest tighten before anything even happens. The screen fades from black to a cloudy sky over the ranch. For a moment, all we hear is the wind brushing through the trees. Then, Amy steps into frame, her hand gently resting on Spartan's neck. Her eyes say everything, tired, uncertain, still filled with that quiet strength we've known since Season 1. A voice echoes, Jack's voice, calm but heavy. He says, "Sometimes we don't get to choose the storms we face." And just like that, the music swells, the silence breaks, and we're thrown into a rapid series of scenes that tell us this episode will not be an easy one. We see Lou standing outside the mayor's office, clutching a stack of papers, her expression tight with frustration. A quick cut to Mitch driving away in his truck. No words, no goodbye, just the sound of gravel crunching under the tires. Fans have already noticed how Lou's eyes follow the truck as it disappears down the road. It's heartbreak in motion, subtle but real. Then, the camera shifts to Georgie. She's at the training pen, pushing herself harder than ever. The sunlight flashes across her face, revealing determination, but also exhaustion. Someone calls out to her, maybe Quinn, maybe Amy, but she doesn't stop. It's as if she's trying to outrun her thoughts. The next moment hits harder, a close-up of Amy holding that same mysterious letter from Episode 2. Her fingers tremble slightly before she folds it again. The voiceover from Jack continues, "The truth doesn't wait for the right time. Amy." That line alone has fans talking. What truth is about to come out? Then, a glimpse of Tim, his temper flaring as he argues with Jack in the barn. The sound design is sharp here, filled with tension. The camera cuts to Lindy watching from the doorway, confusion in her little eyes. It's a small but powerful reminder that in Heartland, every argument leaves ripples across generations. As the trailer nears its end, we get a breathtaking shot, Amy riding Spartan across an open field as thunder rolls in the distance. The sky is bruised purple, lightning flashing far away. The scene slows down just enough for us to feel the weight of it, the storm, both outside and inside her heart. Then, the trailer cuts to black. Finally, one last voice, Amy's soft, almost trembling. "I thought I was done losing things that mattered, but maybe this time, I'm ready to fight for them." The Heartland logo fades in over the sound of rain. No release date flashes right away, just that haunting silence again. And in that silence, one thing becomes clear. This episode isn't just about facing the past. It's about choosing who you'll become after it. Every trailer tells a story. But the Heartland Season 19 Episode 3 trailer feels like it's hiding one. Behind every glance, every shadow, and every word unsaid, there's something deeper brewing. Fans can sense it. Something about this episode feels different, heavier, and more personal than before. Let's start with that letter. The one Amy holds so tightly, as if it's the only thing holding her together. Many fans believe it might be connected to Ty's past. Maybe a forgotten part of his work at the wildlife clinic. Or even an old friend reaching out with news he never shared. Others think it's about the ranch itself, perhaps a legal matter, or something left behind by Marion, Amy's mother, that's only now resurfacing. The way Amy's expression shifts from confusion to fear suggests that whatever's inside, it changes something she thought she understood about her family's past. And then there's Jack's warning voice. "The truth doesn't wait for the right time." That line lingers. It doesn't sound like he's talking about weathering a storm. It sounds like he knows something. Jack has always been the heart and the wisdom of the ranch, but he's also the keeper of its secrets. Could he be hiding something about Ty or Marion? Something Amy was never meant to find out? Meanwhile, Lou's silent moment watching Mitch drive away might not just be another breakup. It feels like a crossroads. The papers in her hands suggest she's facing a difficult choice, perhaps something that could affect Heartland's future. If there's one thing Lou struggles with, it's balancing ambition and home. Episode 3 might force her to finally decide which one she values more. Georgie's scenes are brief, but they speak volumes. The intensity in her eyes and the way she isolates herself from everyone, it's not just about training. It's about control, maybe guilt, or even fear. Could she be hiding something that connects back to Amy's letter? Heartland has a way of tying every story thread together, even when we least expect it. And then there's Tim. His anger in the barn isn't just random frustration, it's fear disguised as control. The argument with Jack could hint at a buried family truth, something neither man wants to face. Tim's character has evolved so much over the years, but his temper always reappears when he feels cornered. The trailer's final image. Amy riding through the storm is more than just a visual metaphor. It's a promise. Every storm in Heartland brings change, and this one feels like it's about breaking patterns, facing ghosts, finding peace after pain. Episode 3 might not give us all the answers, but it will definitely open doors to new truths. Perhaps the letter isn't the real mystery. Maybe the real question is, how far? Amy is willing to go to protect her family's legacy, even if it means reopening old wounds. The wind, the rain, the silence, everything about this trailer whispers one thing. The past isn't done with Heartland yet. What makes Heartland so special isn't just what happens on screen. It's the heart that beats behind the camera. Every glance, every tear, every whispered line feels real, because the people creating this show have lived with these characters for almost 2 decades. And as Season 19, Episode 3 approaches, the cast and crew seem to be carrying that emotional weight more than ever before. Recently, Amber Marshall, the soul of the series and the face of Amy Fleming, shared a quiet but powerful thought in an interview. She said this season, Amy isn't just healing anymore. She's rebuilding. That single line captures everything we see in the trailer. The storms, the silence, the struggle, they're not just plot devices. They're reflections of a woman trying to find herself again after years of loss. Sean Johnston, who plays Jack Bartlett, has hinted that his character's role in this episode will surprise longtime viewers. He said in a social post, "Sometimes, the hardest part about love is the truth that comes with it. It alone has fans buzzing." Could this mean Jack finally opens up about something he's been hiding since earlier seasons? Even Michelle Morgan, who portrays Lou, has hinted that her storyline takes an unexpected emotional turn. In a short behind-the-scenes clip, she mentioned how Episode 3 explores the balance between doing what's right and what feels right. That conflict between responsibility and heart seems to echo through every frame of the trailer. The Heartland crew has always been known for keeping things real, using minimal CGI, real horses, and authentic ranch locations. But for this episode, they reportedly took things one step further. The horseback sequences, especially Amy's storm ride, were filmed in a single long take, with Amber Marshall doing much of the real riding herself. It's not just performance, it's passion captured on film. There's also a quiet buzz among fans about a possible tribute scene. The cast has been posting nostalgic photos from older seasons, images of Ty, Marion. In the early days of Heartland Ranch, some believe Episode 3 might include a subtle nod to the show's roots, a flashback, or even just a small symbolic moment that connects Amy's present to her past. What makes this episode even more special is how the cast continues to carry the spirit of family both on and off screen. Between filming, they've been seen sharing meals, laughing around campfires, and comforting each other during emotional scenes. That closeness shows up in every line, every pause, every shared look in the trailer. So when fans watch Episode 3, they won't just be seeing characters facing storms, they'll be witnessing actors who've grown with these roles for almost 20 years, pouring genuine emotion into every moment. That's what makes Heartland timeless. It's not just acting, it's lived experience. Shared on screen, every Heartland episode has a heartbeat, something that speaks beyond the words, beyond the script. But Season 19, Episode 3, feels like a whisper from the soul of the series itself. It's not just another story about love or family. It's about the quiet power of letting go and the even greater strength of holding on. The trailer's tone is heavy with symbolism, beginning with one of its most powerful images, the sky. For years, the sky in Heartland has been a silent storyteller. When it's bright and wide, it means hope. When it's dark and trembling with thunder, it means truth is coming. In this trailer, the clouds hang low, like a secret pressing down on the land. The storm isn't just weather, it's emotion. It's grief returning, not to destroy, but to remind Amy that healing isn't a straight road. Spartan's presence also carries deep meaning. Every time Amy touches him, it's like she's reaching out to the past, to Ty, to the girl she once was, to the dream she lost and found again. In Episode 3, Spartan isn't just a horse. He's a bridge between memory and reality. He reminds Amy that love doesn't disappear, it transforms. It becomes courage. Then there's the letter, a fragile piece of paper that somehow feels heavier than stone. It represents truth, yes, but also the fear of it. In many ways, that letter is a mirror for Amy's own heart, something she's kept sealed for too long. The act of opening it could mean reopening wounds she spent years trying to close. But that's what Heartland has always been about, the bravery of facing pain instead of running from it. The storm scene, where Amy rides Spartan across the open field, is layered with unspoken meaning. The lightning, the rain, the dirt beneath her horse's hooves, it all feels alive. Like nature itself is pushing her forward. It's not just a test of strength, it's a baptism of renewal. The storm doesn't break her, it cleanses her. It's as if the land itself is saying, "You're ready now." Jack's words, "We don't choose the storms we face," carry another level of symbolism. Jack has always been the voice of faith, not in religion, but in resilience. His line reminds us that life's hardest moments aren't punishments. They're invitations to grow. The storm is never the end of the story. It's the beginning of clarity. And then the silence. The way the trailer ends without music, without a final word, is intentional. That silence is Heartland's most powerful language. It gives viewers space to feel, to breathe, to remember their own storms. It's a reminder that healing doesn't always happen with grand gestures. Sometimes it happens in the stillness after the rain. Episode 3 feels like it will bring the show full circle back to its roots of love, loss, and quiet resilience. It's not about shocking twists or loud drama. It's about life as it is, messy, beautiful, and painfully real. Heartland has always told us that family isn't perfect. It's the place where imperfect hearts keep trying anyway. So when Amy rides into that storm, she isn't running from her pain. She's embracing it, letting it wash over her so she can finally move forward. And maybe that's what this episode wants to tell us too. The storm doesn't break the Heartland. It strengthens it. The countdown has begun. Fans around the world are waiting, holding their breath, and replaying that trailer again and again, searching for answers hidden in every frame. Heartland Season 19, Episode 3, is set to premiere this Sunday on CBC and CBC Gem. And the buzz surrounding it feels different this time. There's a quiet intensity in the fan community, the kind that only comes when a story reaches a turning point. Across social media, fans are calling this episode the emotional storm of the season. Many believe it will mark a major shift in Amy's life, a moment where she finally stops surviving and starts truly living again. Hashtags like #Heartland, Season 19, #AmyFleming, and #HeartlandFamily have been trending across platforms as fans share their theories, memories, and favorite moments from the show's long history. But what's fascinating about this build-up is how Heartland manages to feel both brand new and deeply familiar. After nearly 2 decades, the show hasn't lost its magic. It still captures that small-town warmth, the sound of horses in the distance, the creak of the barn door, the golden light across the Alberta fields, and somehow turns it into something universal. It reminds us of home. No matter where we are, the production team has also teased that Episode 3 carries a pivotal emotional revelation, one that will redefine Amy's journey moving forward. That one line alone has sparked hundreds of fan discussions online. Some believe it's connected to Ty's legacy. Others think it's about Amy discovering a truth about her family that could change the direction of the ranch forever. Whatever it is, the trailer makes one thing certain: this won't be a filler episode. It's the kind that changes the rhythm of the season. And beyond the plot, fans are emotionally preparing themselves. Many longtime viewers have grown up with Heartland. They've watched it through heartbreak, hope, and healing, both on screen and in their own lives. For them, Episode 3 isn't just another installment. It's a piece of comfort, a story that walks beside them through their own storms. The Heartland. Fandom has always been one of the most loyal in television. It's not just a community, it's a family. Across Reddit threads, Facebook groups, and YouTube comments, fans are sharing memories of when they first fell in love with the show. Some recall watching it with their parents or grandparents. Others talk about how it helped them through loss. That's what makes every new episode release feel like a reunion, not just with the characters, but with a part of ourselves that still believes in hope and second chances as the premiere draws near. There's an electricity in the air, the kind that hums softly, not loud and flashy, but steady and real. Because that's Heartland's way. It doesn't scream to be noticed. It speaks quietly, and somehow that voice reaches everyone. So when Episode 3 finally airs, Amy rides out under that stormy sky, fans won't just be watching a show. They'll be witnessing another chapter of a story that's become part of their lives, one that keeps, reminding us that even after the darkest clouds, there's always light waiting to break through. The storm passes. The wind slows. The screen fades into the soft gold of dawn stretching over the Heartland Ranch. In that silence after the rain, something feels different, calmer, stronger, clearer. That's where Heartland has always lived, not in the noise, not in the drama, but in the quiet moments that remind us what it means to be human. Episode 3 isn't just another step in Amy's journey. It's a reflection of every person who's ever had to start again when the world didn't make sense. It's about losing what you love, finding what remains, and realizing that maybe the pieces left behind were never broken. They're waiting to be rebuilt. The trailer closes on a single image: Amy standing by the corral. The sun rise behind her, Spartan beside her. Steam rising from their breath in the cold morning air. No words, no music. Just a feeling of peace after pain, of love that doesn't end but evolves. It's the kind of moment that doesn't need dialogue, because it says everything.